Hey everybody, we don't have anybody in yet. We'll go ahead, get adjusted. Hi Emily, how are you? I think that'll work. Can you hear me? Oh, good. Wow, really humid today. Crazy. Well, I got your mic, so I'm gonna test that now. I've tested it with Skype, so I'm gonna try and see how this works. And hopefully it'll stay on my head. It's crazy how it actually fits to the head because it fits like right up here. My only worry is I have really tiny ears, but can you still hear me? Is the sound coming through at all? It shows it is on the computer, maybe. Oh, did it go away? There it is. Oh, awesome. So hopefully, because I think it gets quieter when I'm back there if I don't have anything in, so hopefully this will help keep it better. So yeah, thank you. I'm glad it works perfectly. And I'm like, why are more places not using this Bluetooth technology for their mics? Because the other mic that I had gotten had like, you had to put in a receiver, and then you had to put in the transmitter into your computer, and then you had the receiver on your belt. I'm like, this is way better because you don't need any receivers or transmitters. It's just all Bluetooth. So hopefully it works. So thank you. This is awesome. I didn't know something like this existed. And it's really cool how the mic works too and how it picks up the sound because it doesn't go in my ears at all. But hopefully this YouTube streaming will work really well. Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm worried about because I don't know if you can tell, like it barely fits behind my ears because I have super tiny ears, but I think it works because it holds really tight on right here. And I tried playing around with it and it seemed like it would hold pretty well. And we'll see when we go into triangle today because there'll be, and standing split. So we will be doing a few upside down things. So we will find out. Did you have a good weekend? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a ton of sense. Yeah, we should probably wear that more often here because you can hear a lot more still. I didn't know that something like this kind of technology existed. Furniture shopping, that's awesome. I want to go furniture shopping so bad, but I need a house first. Oh, nice. That's way awesome. Yeah, when I was reading up on it, it's like it was talking about when you charge it and when you put the headset in the charger, it will recognize if there's any moisture or water on it, and if it is, it like beeps or turns a certain color or something, so then you can take it out and wipe it off. So I was like, that's impressive that it can sense if there's any moisture on it. Let me go check and see if anybody's had any questions. So far, so good. Were you able to find the live, the YouTube live okay? Yes. Yeah, that's really nice. Which is very surprising that you do that. Oh, good. That's really good. I've actually never gone onto a YouTube live before. No, I mean, I've watched them, but it's always been like after the fact when it's been recorded, and then I go on and watch it later. So I was a little worried about how easy it would be to find, but if you found it really well, I think we should be good. And I don't think anyone else will join us. I think a lot of people are trying to finish up their summer to-do list with their family right now. So it is 7:05, 7:06. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put this on mute. I don't have to put anything else on mute. Okay. And I want to make sure this is adjusted okay. Right. Go ahead and come to a seated position on your mat. You can keep your legs crossed here or place one foot in front of the other, whichever one is most comfortable for you. Mine are kind of a cross between the two. And place your hands on your knees with your palms face up. Bring your shoulders up over your spine. Roll your shoulders up, back, down, away from your ears. Tuck your chin slightly. Close your eyes. And just notice your breathing without making any changes. Just bringing awareness to your breath. Maybe notice how it feels on your upper lip, that space between your lip and your nose. Take a deep inhale slowly, sucking in as much air as you can, and hold it. Sigh it out. Inhale again slowly. Hold it. Sigh it out. Inhale one more time. Take one more sip of air. Hold it. Sigh it out. Close your mouth. Start to breathe in and out through your nose. And add a slight constriction to the back of your throat. Come into your Ujjayi breath. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your chin down to your chest, bending your neck here. Getting that stretch to the back of your neck. Roll your head over to the right, bringing your right ear closer to your shoulder. Bring your chin back to your chest. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Chin back to chest. And over to the right. Back to chest. To the left. Bring your chin back to your chest. And lift your head back up to center. Slowly blink your eyes open. Place your right fingertips on the mat beside you, reaching your hand away from you as you tilt your head to the left, bringing your left ear closer to your shoulder. If you want a little extra tension, place your left hand on your head and press it slightly. Not a lot of pressure here, just very slight. And release. Bring your head back to center. Bring your hands back to your knees. Place your left fingertips on the mat beside you, reaching your hand away from you as you tilt your head to the right, bringing your right ear closer to your shoulder. If you want a little extra tension, place your right hand on top of your head, adding very slight pressure. And release. Bring your head back to center, both hands back to your knees. Bring your hands out in front of you. Bend your wrists so that your palms are facing away from you and fingertips are up. And press your wrist forward. So really stretch out through your wrists here. And bend your wrists the other way so your palms are facing you and your fingertips are down. Continue to stretch out through your wrists, pressing your wrists away from you. Rotate your wrists 3 times out, and then rotate them in 3 times. Bring your hands back to your knees. Inhale your arms up overhead, and exhale as you twist to the right, bringing your left hand in front and your right hand in back. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right or to the left, bringing your right hand in front and your left hand in back. Inhale back to center, then exhale to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, place your hands back on your knees. Find your way to a neutral tabletop position on your mat with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Look down at your hands and make sure your hands are spread wide and your pointer fingers or your index fingers are pointed toward the front of your mat. Press the tops of your feet into the mat behind you. Make sure they're in back of your knees. Coming to that neutral tabletop position. Inhale your chest forward as you arch your back. And exhale as you round your back and look toward your belly button. Inhale forward. And exhale, rounding your back. Pressing your hands and your knees into the mat, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale forward as you work your hands and your knees closer to each other. Exhale, round. Continuing to arch, really looking at your belly button. Inhale forward, maybe lifting your gaze a little higher, letting your heart shine forward. Exhale, round. And come back to a neutral tabletop position. Inhale your right hand forward and your left leg back, extending here. And keep your left foot flexed. Inhale again. And exhale as you bring your knee and your elbow to touch, rounding your back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. And place your hand and your knee back on the mat. Inhale your left hand forward as you bring your left leg or right leg back. Flex your right toes and extend your hand and your leg away from you. Inhale again. And exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow as you round your back here. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Place your hand and your knee back on the mat. Tuck your toes and start to press your toes into the mat as you lift your knees and your hips up into downward facing dog. Since this is the first downward dog of the day, let's make sure it's set up correctly. Look forward at your hands. Make sure your fingers are spread wide with your index fingers pointing toward the front of the mat. Rotate your elbows in and up and avoid hyperextension. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Bend your knees here and press your hips up to help straighten your back, and then work your heels back down to the mat. To avoid hyperextension, you can keep your knees slightly bent here. Go ahead and take a few breaths in this downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Rotate your ankle one direction 3 times. In the other direction 3 times. Draw a circle with your knee one direction 3 times. In the other direction 3 times. Extend your leg back up to three-legged dog and place your foot back on the mat beside your left. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Rotate your ankle one direction 3 times. The other direction 3 times. Draw a circle with your knee one direction 3 times. And then the other direction 3 times. Bring your leg back up to three-legged dog, stretching that away from you, and then place your foot back on the mat. Coming back to your downward facing dog. And let's go ahead and get started into our flow. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, bring it all the way through. Set your foot on the mat in between your hands at the front of the mat. Keep your left heel up, coming to your toes. Bend into your right knee as you slowly inhale all the way up into crescent lunge. Make sure your crescent lunge is set up good here so that you're getting the full benefits. Back leg is straight, heel is up over your toes. Front leg is bent with your knee over your ankle, and your hips are squared to the front of the mat, scissoring your legs here, pressing your thighs in close together to help you get that squared to the front of the mat. Chest is up, belly's away from your thighs, shoulders away from your ears. Your arms are outstretched strong toward the ceiling. Gaze forward. Bring your hands down by your sides with your palms face forward and lean forward slightly here, coming into runner's lunge. You want a straight line from your head to your foot. You might not be able to see it in the mirror, but Think about if you can feel that. Keeping your hands where they are, step your left leg in slightly and start to bring your weight to your right foot as you lift your left leg up. Torso comes down a little bit, coming into warrior 3. Flex your left leg here. Work to keep your hips square to your mat. So bring that left hip down a little bit more and stretch your head and your foot away from each other, working to get that capital T. Then slowly release your left foot back down to the mat behind you, keeping that wide stance. As you windmill your arms up, bring your left arm up first, and then your right arm, and twist your left leg so it's about 90 degrees, coming into warrior 2. So here in warrior 2, you can adjust if needed. If you need to bring your right foot forward a little bit. Front knee is bent, knee over ankle, back leg is straight. The weight is in the blade edge of that foot. Hips and chest are squared more to the left side of the mat, and arms are parallel to the mat. You can work to keep them parallel by really activating your arms here. That'll help keep them strong and true. Gaze forward at your front middle finger. Start to straighten your right knee as you rotate toward the back. So rotate your left foot to face the back of the mat, and your right foot comes to that 90 degrees, bend into your left knee. And windmill your hands down to the mat, framing your left foot. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Staying up on your back toes. Inhale up to crescent lunge. Keeping your hips squared here. Scissoring your legs, back leg is straight. Come up a little bit higher on your toes, lifting that heel. Shoulders away from your ears. Bring your hands down by your sides with your palms face forward. Lean forward, coming into runner's lunge. And here in runner's lunge, avoid leaning so far forward that your belly rests on your thigh. You want your belly up still. This is still an active pose. Just think about a straight line from your head to your back foot. And step your right foot forward a little bit as you start to bring your weight to your left toes, coming into warrior 3, lifting that back heel. I'm going to turn slightly on my mat since I don't have a ton of room here. Flex your right foot. Coming to that T shape. And then slowly lower your foot all the way back down to the mat, keeping that 90 degrees. Windmill your hand, your left or right hand up first, followed by your left coming into warrior 2. And rotate your feet first to the side, and then bring your right foot forward. So you're now facing the front of the mat again in warrior 2. Windmill your hands down to the mat. Framing your right foot, step back to plank. Exhale, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands, staying up on that back heel. Inhale up to crescent lunge. Bring your hands down by your sides. Lean forward, coming into runner's lunge. Keep that knee over that ankle. Hop your back foot up. Start to lean forward, coming into warrior three. Lower your back foot all the way to the mat, turning it 90 degrees, windmill your hands up to warrior two, bending into that front right knee, and straighten your knee and rotate your feet until you come to warrior two at the back of the mat. Straighten your left knee, lean forward slightly, and hinge at the waist, bringing your left hand down to the mat. You can place your foot or your hand on your shin, on your foot, inside of your foot, or outside of your foot, whichever works best for you. And rotate your chest to the side as you let your heart shine up and look toward your right hand extended toward the ceiling. Bring your right hand over your head, all the way down to the mat. Set it on the mat beside your left. As you inhale, your left hand up toward the ceiling, coming into revolved triangle here. Really extend your upper body forward, let your heart shine up. Bring both hands to the mat. Hop your back foot up a little bit as you place your hands about a foot in front of your left foot and start to bring your weight to your left foot as you lift your right leg up, coming into standing splits. So here in standing splits, you can think about inhaling to flat back and exhaling, fold forward over that left leg. Point your right toes here and really think about stretching your toes away from you and working your head in closer to your shins or your left shin. And slowly come out, placing your left foot on the mat behind you. Walk your hands to the side of your mat and bend into your right knee, coming into Skandasana. So as you bend into that knee, keep your left leg straight, flex your toes toward the ceiling, lift your chest up, place your right elbow on the inside of your right knee, bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. And slowly walk your hands back to the center. Lift your hips up, straightening both legs. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and activate your glutes and your thighs here. Bring your belly in close to your belly button. Grab onto your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale to a flat back and exhale, fold. If needed, you can widen or shorten your stance, depending on how close or far away from the floor your head is. Work to keep a flat, straight spine as you come into this fold. Elbows out to the side. Slowly come out. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Heel toe your toes in closer to each other, so they're about 3 feet apart. With your toes turned out slightly, start to squat down, bringing your glutes down to the mat, not quite all the way. Place your elbows on the insides of your knees. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer, coming into Malasana. Here in Malasana, go ahead and go side to side, really stretching out your hips here. We come back to stillness. Bring your sit bones all the way to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Then grab the back of your thighs as you let your feet shine forward, coming into boat. Here in boat, you can keep your knees bent, Or if you would prefer, you can keep them straight, pointing your toes. I'll keep mine bent so you can see my face here. And then let your hands shine forward. Spine is straight. You've got your heart shining forward here. And before bringing your feet all the way to the mat, rotate your knees out as you bring your the soles of your feet to touch, and then place your feet on the mat. Coming into cobbler's pose, grab your feet with your thumbs on the soles of your feet and your fingers wrapped around the tops of your feet. Inhale your chest up, and exhale, start to come forward, hinging at the waist with a flat back. So avoid rounding your back here. Place your elbows on your thighs here to help keep your knees down. Just come as far as you can with that flat back and then fold into it. Remember your breath. Slowly come all the way up. Widen your feet or your legs here. So straighten your legs out. Bring your legs as wide as you can. Flex your feet so they're toward the ceiling. And really activate your muscles in your thighs and in your shins here, in your calves. That'll help you come into this next fold a little bit better, or a little bit easier. As everything's activated, inhale your chest up. And exhale, start to walk your hands forward as you keep your back straight, keep your spine straight. Keep your legs flexed and really think about activating those glutes. Think about trying to keep your toes pointed toward the ceiling. The tendency is going to be for them to come forward with you, but you want to keep them rotated out, away from you, working toward the ceiling. Inhale, extend, exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale. Avoid rounding your back here. And slowly come all the way up, walking your hands back in. Hug your right knee into your chest and place your foot on the outside of your left thigh. So that's going to rotate your body here. You'll feel your glutes rotate on the mat. So place your foot on the outside of your thigh so that your foot is flat on the mat. Inhale your left arm up overhead as you place your right hand behind your right glutes. And exhale as you place your right or left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Inhale, stretch through your spine, and exhale, twist to the right. So each time you inhale, think about stretching, and exhale, twisting. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale, and release. Untwine your legs, set your right leg out straight. Hug your left knee into your chest and place your left foot on the outside of your right thigh, keeping that foot flat on the mat. So the sole of your foot is touching the mat. Both sit bones are on the mat here. Inhale your right arm up overhead, and exhale, place your right arm on the outside of your left knee. Your left arm is behind your glutes here. Inhale to stretch your spine, and exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And release. I'm twisting both legs. Place your hands at the back of your mat and come to a plank. Find your way to a plank at the back of your mat. Inhale and exhale, using chaturanga arms, slowly come all the way down to your mat, bringing your belly to the mat. Untuck your toes so that the tops of your feet are pressed into the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders with your elbows in close to your sides and toward the ceiling. Hands are your fingers are spread out with your pointer fingers pointing toward the back of the mat. Bring your chin to the mat. Inhale your chest up, using your back muscles and your core muscles to help get your chest up. Very little weight in your hands here. You bring your hands up off the mat. And then exhale all the way back down. Bend your knees, keep your toes pointed here, and grab onto your feet with your fingers and your thumbs all on the same side, and your pinky finger just underneath your toe knuckles. Those, I don't even know what those are called. Bring your chin to the mat. And we'll do this very similar to how we do cancer pose. So first, inhale your chest up as you kick back. So your legs are kicking back so you can feel that tension in your hands and your feet. Your feet are pulling back and your hands are pulling in. And then start to kick your legs up a little bit more, bringing your knees up off the mat. Work on keeping your knees in close together, avoid splaying them out. And as you do that, as you kick and move your feet up, bring your chest up a little bit more. And slowly release all the way down to the mat. Let your feet fall to the mat as well. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Lift up to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Conduct your Ujjayi breath here. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Keeping up on your right toes. Inhale up to crescent lunge. Bring your hands down by your sides with the palms face forward. Lean forward slightly into runner's lunge. Step your right foot up a little bit. I'm going to step my left back a little bit so I don't run into that wall. Start to bring your weight to your left foot as you come forward into warrior three. So you lower that back foot all the way down to the mat. Turning your hips out as you come up into warrior two. And rotate all the way to the front of the mat, coming into warrior two at the front. Straighten your right knee, lean forward, hinging at the hips, coming into triangle at the front of your mat. So place your hand on your foot, on your thigh, or your shin, inside of your foot, outside of your foot. Avoid placing it on the ankle. Let your heart shine up. Your left arm up toward the ceiling and look. Your hand extended toward the ceiling. Bring your right arm or left arm down to the mat. Beside your right, and inhale your right arm up, coming into the ball triangle. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Pop your left foot up slightly. Push your hands about a foot away from your right foot at the top of the mat. And start to bring your weight to that right foot as you lift your left up, coming into standing splits. You're in standing splits. Think about stretching your left foot away from you as you work your head in closer to your shin. Slowly going back to the mat, at the back of the mat, coming into kind of that warrior two stance, and then start to turn your body to the side, bend into your left knee, coming into Skanasana at the back of the mat. Right knee is straight, right toes are flexed up. Bring your left elbow on the inside of your left knee, your heart shine up with your hands at your heart center and prayer. Walk your hands back to the center as you straighten your knees, lift your hips up. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, grab onto your big toes with your peace fingers. Maybe inhale to flat back again. And exhale, fold. Adjusting as needed. And release, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Heel toe your feet in a little bit closer to each other, so maybe about 3 feet apart. Toes are pointed out slightly. And start to bring your glutes down, coming into Malasana squat. Press your elbows on the inside of your knees, bring your hands into your heart center. Let your heart shine up here, so your glutes aren't all the way down. Your thighs are still active here. Up away from your mat, with your chest showing, your heart shines forward. And bring your glutes all the way down. Put both knees into your chest. Grab the backs of your thighs. Bring your hand, your feet. You can straighten your knees here and boat. Or keep your knees bent. Let your heart shine up so that your spine is straight. And bring your hands forward, reaching your hands forward. Hug your feet in close to your chest. As you rotate your knees out, bring your feet in, the soles of your feet to touch each other. Then place your feet on the mat, coming into cobblers. Grab your feet with your thumbs, touching the soles of your feet, and your fingers wrapped around the top. Inhale your chest up. Exhale, fold as you press your elbows into your thighs, coming forward with that straight spine. And then let yourself fold forward. So all the way up. Straighten your legs out wide. Flex your toes. Activate your leg muscles here. Your thighs, your calves. Inhale your chest up. And exhale, start to hinge at the waist as you walk your hands forward. Keeping your spine straight. Each time you inhale, you will stretch through your spine, keeping that spine straight. And exhale, walk your hands a little bit further out. Bring your chest a little bit closer to the floor each time. And slowly come all the way up, walking your hands back in. Tuck your right knee into your chest. And straighten it back out. And we'll do the left side first. Tuck your left knee into your chest. And place your foot on the outside of your right thigh. So that'll turn your body slightly here. Place your left hand behind your glutes. Inhale your right arm up. And exhale, place your right elbow on the outside of your right knee or left knee. Inhale, stretch through your spine. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper to the left. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Release. Straighten your left leg, hug your right knee into your chest, and place your foot on the outside of your left thigh. Keep both glutes on the mat. Place your right hand behind your right glutes. Inhale your left arm up, and exhale, place your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Inhale, stretch through your spine, and exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. And release. And twist your legs. Place your hands at the front of your mat. You come to a plank, now facing the front of your mat with your hands over your shoulders. Inhale. And exhale all the way down to the mat, keeping your elbows in close to your sides like you do in chaturanga, and all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, with your hands or your fingers. Why can I not think that word? Displayed out. Elbows in close to your sides, with your elbows pointed up. Chin on the mat. Inhale your chest up. With very little weight in your hands. Really working your core muscles in your chest. You lift your hands up. Off the mat and cover above the mat. Slowly lower all the way back down. Bend your knees behind you. You grab onto the tops of your feet with your hands, with your pinkies just underneath your two knuckles. Keep your toes pointed here, chin on the mat. Inhale your chest up as you kick your hands back. And then start to lift your knees a little bit as you continue to kick your hands in, your feet into your hands, and lift your chest. And slowly lower all the way back down to the mat. Feet on the mat. Press your hands into the mat. Tuck your toes. Inhale up through plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees here. Come into your ragdoll. You hold opposite elbows. Rock back and forth. Release your hands and slowly and all the way up one vertebra at a time until your head and your chin come up last. We check our time. Perfect. We're going to work on our challenge for the month, which is to work on dancer. So come to about the middle of your mat. Bring your hands to your sides. Come into mountain pose. So your hands are at your sides, facing forward. Come back to your breathing. Bring your left hand out in front of you, with your palm face up, as if you're holding a serving tray. Swing your arm out to the side, and straighten your elbow, so your palm is still facing away from you. Bend your left knee, bring your weight to that right side. Grab onto the inside of your foot with all 5 fingers on the same side. So you're grabbing onto that ankle here. Bring your knees together to touch. Inhale your right arm up with your palm facing out. So it's facing this way, but my elbow is straight. Inhale, stretch through your spine here. And we're going to exhale and just kick into our hand. So that same tension that we felt in bow, we're feeling here as you just kick your hand or kick your foot into your hand. So you feel that tension. And then start to bend forward. And we're just going to come here to hold it. Just come where you can hold it. So without kicking up over our head, we'll start that a little bit later in the week. Right now, just feel that tension, your foot kicking into your hand, and slowly come out. I'm going to turn and face the other side so you can see what I'm doing on the right. And bring your right arm forward, your palm face up as if you're holding that serving tray. Swing your hand out to the side and straighten your elbow. Bend your right knee, grab onto your ankle with all 5 fingers on the same side. Bring your knees in to touch each other. Inhale your left arm up so my palm is facing forward. And first, just kick into your right hand, kick into your right hand. So your foot kicks into that hand just so that you can feel that tension. And then start to hinge forward without lifting your foot. Just keep it where it is, kicking into that hand. Hold it here. And then slowly come out. We'll do that again on both sides. So let's do the left side first. Left arm forward. Swing it out to the side. Straighten the elbow. Lift your left foot. Grab onto the inside of the ankle. Keep the toes pointed here. Inhale your right arm up with your arm back by your ear. Inhale and exhale, kick into that hand. And then start to hinge forward, keeping your arm by your ear. And then slowly come out. On the right side, bring your right arm out, swing it to the side, straighten your elbow, grab onto your ankle. Inhale your left arm up, overhead, palm facing forward. Inhale, exhale, kick into that hand, and then start to hinge forward. And slowly come out. Oh, I need to move those before we do this. So they're out of my way. Let's come down to our knees. So come down to the mat. Make your knees about hip width distance apart. Bring your boots up. Your feet pressed into the mat. Elbows or your hands come to the lower back. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips here, and your feet are out behind your knees. They're also hip width distance apart. Inhale your chest up, and exhale, keeping your chest up, thinking about a string attached to your chest. Start to come back as you press your hips forward. If it's comfortable on your neck, you can bring your neck back. Start to come back a little bit at a time. You can bring your hands down past your glutes to your thighs. If it's available to you, you can grab onto your heels. With your thumbs on the outside and your fingers on the inside. And slowly come out. Sit back on your heels. Inhale your hands up overhead with your palms together touching. Interlace your thumbs. Inhale your chest up again. And exhale as you hinge just at the hips, coming forward with that straight back. As you come all the way down, touch the outside of your pinkies to the mat and your head to the mat. Everything else stays up off the mat. Shift your hands away from you, your glutes away from you. Keeping your palms pressed together. Slowly come out the way you came in, all the way up. Hands down to your heart center. Untuck your feet. Straighten your feet out in front of you. Flex your toes here toward your face. Inhale your hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, coming forward with that flat back. Grab onto your feet, or you can grab onto your toes, your big toes with your peace fingers, whichever is available to. Inhale again, straight spine, flat back, and start to come forward. Keeping that flat back. Really activate your glutes, activate your thighs here. Bring your belly in closer to your belly button. Or your belly button in closer to your spine, that's what I meant to say. Shoulders away from your ears, and then let yourself round forward. Slowly come all the way up. Place your hands behind your glutes, about 6 inches with your fingers. Point it toward your glutes, palms face down. Inhale, exhale, and inhale. Press your hands into the mat as you lift your hips, coming into reverse plank. Work to get the soles of your feet to the mat as you lift your hips up. You can bring your head back if that's comfortable on your neck. If your soles of your feet aren't quite touching, you can bend your knees. Come into reverse tabletop. Continue to press your hips up. And slowly lower all the way to the mat. Straighten your legs here. Lower your back all the way down. Bend your knees so your feet are just behind your glutes. Your palms are touching the mat. Your hands are just behind your feet. You can tickle your heels with your fingers. Press your palms into the mat as you inhale. Your hips up, coming into bridge. Pressing those hips up. Pressing your hands into the mat. Bring your hands underneath your glutes, interlace your fingers. Press your palms together and press your wrists into the mat as you press your glutes higher. Keep your knees in close to each other, parallel to each other. And slowly lower all the way back down. Straighten your legs. Bring your right knee in close to your chest. And grab your, place your right or left hand on the outside of your right knee. Your right hand comes out straight to the right, or if you don't have a lot of room, you can cactus your right arm. Inhale and exhale, twist your right knee up over your body as you keep your right shoulder on the mat, look toward the right. Slowly come back to center, straighten your right foot out. Bring your left knee into your chest. Place your right hand on the outside of your right knee. Left hand comes out straight beside you, or if you don't have a lot of room, you can cactus your left arm. Inhale and exhale as you twist your right or left leg up over your right. Look toward the left, keeping that left shoulder on the mat. Hug both knees into chest. And straighten both legs. Let your Toes fall open, hands by your side with your palms face up. Make any adjustments you need to here so you can be comfortable in your Shavasana. Let your tongue relax from the roof of your mouth. Come back to your normal breathing. Let your body sink into the mat and feel the buzz of the Shavasana after really good practice. Stretch over your toes and your fingers, your wrists, and your ankles. Have some more movement into your limbs. Hug your knees into your chest. Start to find your way back up to that comfortable seated position we had at the beginning of our practice. Keep your eyes closed. Place your hands on your knees with your palms face up for receiving. And your shoulders up over your hips. And bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. And first, thank yourself for your practice, for showing up on your mat today, for allowing yourself to move, and breathe. And thank you so much for joining me as well, and allowing me to share my practice with you. The light in me honors, respects, and loves the light in you. Namaste. Let's see, not bad on timing today. How was it? Do you think this was better than last Friday, or was it a little bit more choppy? Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you can hear it just fine. Thank you again. This is awesome and amazing how it works. The only issue I think I had with it, it stayed on my head just fine as we went into standing splits. And then as we went into some of those other upside down type poses, the only issue was like when I was laying back on it, but it was fine because it moved only slightly and I think you could still hear me. How is YouTube? Do you feel like the sound or the quality is okay? I mean, it kind of stinks because I feel like with Zoom we can talk and chat with each other a little bit better before and after. I'm just hoping this will help more people be able to access it. Yeah, I think there was some noise. My dog started barking. And then there was like, Mondays usually aren't this active, but it was like all of a sudden everybody's up doing stuff, going places, and I could hear a bunch of noise. So I bet that's what that was from. Yeah, I have to type fast. Yeah, I wish we could talk to each other a little bit better on here. Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me again today, Emily. And we'll do the full body flow on Wednesday, and hopefully we can get some more people to join us. But I'm actually happy that this worked, and hopefully it'll work a little bit better for everybody else too. Well, that's a good point too. Yeah, that's a very good point. I could put it up in the ponytail. Yeah. Thank you so much, Emily. I'll see you later. Bye.